Good morning, everybody. Now, it's been ages since I've done one of these, and I think Amy's felt it's been like herding cats a bit, getting me to bring all, she's nodding behind the camera, getting to bring all these bits in and talk to you. I was doing a monthly update. This is a 3-monthly update. This is sort of January, February, and a little bit of March as well, with all the stuff I've been working on. And I've actually felt for the last few months that I haven't got a lot of stuff done, but actually when I look at it all like this, I've done more than I think, so it's been quite good for me. So let's talk you through. Now this one is obviously not a finished project. This is our Betwixtmas, which we did between Christmas and New Year, and I finished in January. I made the knit version of this colourway. It is the most beautiful yarn, hand dyed for us to specific colours from Earth Yarns, and it was a really, really beautiful knitted and slip stitch project. I promise you I finished it. There are photos out there that I finished it, but I can't find it anywhere. I wear it at night with my walking coat when I walk the dogs at night. And honestly, it's completely disappeared. And the one in the shop has also completely disappeared. So I'm just going to have to show you the kit of this one. These kits are available. And like I said, it was a beautiful pattern, really, really well explained pattern. And I really enjoyed making that one. So that was my first finished project. I have also, this is, there's still some ends in this one. Look, rather than actually sew the ends in, I tied them all together in a pretty little knot and tucked it inside. This is the Bessie cowl. This was a make along we did. Rowan kindly gave us a free pattern, and this is knitted in the round, and it's knitted in Rowan Felted Tweed, and loads of you made this. It's a great stash buster. Uses 5 different colours, and it only really, unless you did it in the alpaca soft, it used a ball of felted tweed, so people made this in all sorts of yarns. This is the original colourway. And I actually then, you do two-handed colour work for this, and I learned to do two-handed colour work on a workshop here with Juliet, who is one of our workshop tutors who's been working with us for years. And Juliet's also a great friend of mine. And I actually made one of these for Juliet as well for her. It was her 60th birthday. She's one of the people you look at and can't believe she's 60. And I gave it to her. I was very nervous. I made, Juliet likes sea colours. So I made it in turquoises and some purple and so on, and it's really beautiful. I don't have it with me because I gifted it to Juliet for her birthday. And it was really scary giving it to her because I went to Juliet's 60th afternoon tea, and I was with Debbie Bliss, Jeanette Sloan, Jane Crowfoot and Juliet's knit group. All phenomenal knitters. Oh, and Annabelle from Stylecraft as well. They are all amazing knitters. And I was so nervous about giving it to her. And then she really wound me up by saying, oh, I'm going to check the back for the technique. But she didn't. She said I'd done very, very well. So I made 2 of these. This is still a free pattern on our website. Honestly, it is well worth a look. If you want a really nice, fun, fast knit, this is the one. But use stitch markers, because I rather sillily didn't use stitch markers initially and couldn't work out why it wasn't working out for me. So use stitch markers. I think the pattern repeats 24 stitches. Put a stitch marker every 24 stitches. It makes life so much easier. So I've made that. I have also made this. This is a Bonjour High, which I've made 2 of these. I made one at the back end of last year, and which I did in Crazy Zauber Ball and a strand of kid silk haze. This is a Spas Tricot pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I went to a craft show locally with a friend of mine, Sara, who worked for Rowan for a long, long time, and Sara turned up wearing this most amazing, I think they call them a shoulder cowl. And I was like, Sara, I've got to make that. And I became so obsessed that I actually came into the shop that night, on a Sunday night, to pick colours because I had to cast it on there and then. So I've made one. The first one I made followed the pattern completely, and it has a rib edge round the bottom, and then you let the top just roll down. And then I've made this one, and this is Fibre Spates Vivacious 4-ply, and again a strand of kid silk haze. Really quick, lovely knit. I also have another colourway because a friend of mine has asked if I'll make her one. In fact, I really do need to cast that on. But this one, like I said, I've not done a rib round the bottom. I've just let the bottom curl up just so it'd be a little bit different. But free pattern, and again, another great stash buster. If you've got a ball of sock yarn and some fine mohair, or you can just do it in a 4-ply or a DK. No, you need to do it in a DK. Some people have made it in James C. Brett Shush. I've seen it made in all sorts of different colourways. Highland Heathers from Stylecraft. So again, this is the Bonjour High. And then we did, I'm not sure quite what I'm going to find in these bags. I have been known to tip these things out. Oh, there you go, there's some mohair. That's actually in the, oh, look at this. I do give Amy things sometimes to photograph and Lucy, and I think they do, look. Yeah, I'm going to have to just look at my little tangle. I'm going to have to sort that out later. But I have also, we did a make along for Stylecraft XLs, and so it's all Stylecraft Super Chunkies. And this is the one that I've done. This is a tank top in Stylecraft Merry-Go-Round XL. Sorry, I've got Kid Silk Haze fluff on my nose. And I haven't sewn this together yet. It has been in a bag for a few weeks. I've done the front and the back. This was so quick. I did this in under a week, and that is the joy of working with super chunky yarns. Oh, look, this little foil wrapper there from, I think that's from a Mr. Kipling Cherry Bakewell. Put that in my pocket. I really should check these bags before I go out there. So that is the start. So like I say, there are some free Stylecraft XL patterns on our website, and loads of people made things, and the joy of this was just that it was so quick. So I'm going to do a video next week showing me putting this together. So there you go, that's that one. That's the end of my yarn from a Bonjour High. And I've just realised that this is actually cast on for a sleeve for my Kid Silk Haze Eve sweater. And I'd forgotten I'd actually cast that bit on. So that's that. Let's go into this. My beautiful doctor's bag. This is my favourite project bag. I love this. I get so much joy every time I open it. There you go. So this is from Mode at Rowan Volume 6. It seems quite pertinent that I'm sort of knitting this at the moment, because I'm making the Eve sweater, which is this, which I fell in love with on our Rowan Spring Summer launch day last summer. It's actually this season's Rowan Spring Summer launch day tomorrow in store. And when I tell Martin Story tomorrow that I've not finished this, I know he's going to take the mickey out of me. So it's taken me a while to knit this. You do knit it on 2.75s and 3.25 needles, but it's a really simple pattern. There's very little shaping, and the stripes do keep you going. So I have done the front, the right way around. So I've done the front, I've done the back, that's the front. I've only done shaping on one side of both of these, because each time when I finish the shaping, it's been really late at night, so I'm going to finish the shaping on the other side. I was too tired to think of shaping. I need to finish the shaping on the other side. So this is the Eve. I've done different colours. This is Rowan Summer Light 4-ply and Kid Silk Haze, and you use the Kid Silk Haze double at the bottom, and it gives you this really nice curl. I do love Kid Silk Haze. It is one of those things, one of those yarns. I'm not the fastest knitter with Kid Silk Haze because it's so fine, but it just creates such a really love. In fact, I'm wearing Kid Silk Haze as well. There you go, I've got a bit of a Kid Silk Haze crush going on. So last night, I cast on one of the sleeves. And I was saying to Amy earlier, I felt like I'd lost a bit of my knitting mojo last week. But actually last night, I think I rediscovered it again. So that was the sleeve that I did last night. And as I say, this is Kid Silk Haze and Summer Light 4-ply in my gorgeous doctor's bag. Now, this is something I started a while ago. This is the Innovec sweater, which is on Ravelry, and it's from Beautiful Knitters, who are a yarn shop in London. It's the most gorgeous top. And I did start this a while ago, and you'll laugh when I show you what I've done. There's my tension square. It's in Noro Ito, which is such, look at that, such a gorgeous yarn. But I did quite a lot. You knit it top down, and I did all the yoke, and then realised that I had actually done it all completely wrong, and I had about 100 stitches more than I needed to. So all I've actually done with this in the last couple of months is undo it. But there you go. I've managed to keep the cast on, because you do quite a nice little sort of ribbed, a nice little twisted rib. But that's all I have of this. And you know what? A lady on the Facebook make-along group has made this, and she made it in about a week. And I thought, all right, I'll make this in no time. And there you are, sort of 6 months later, and it's still in a bag. So that is something that I do need to pick up, because that will be a great spring top to wear. So that's my inner back. Now, that's one of the colours that I did Juliet's cowl in. So there you go, you can have a little bit of a look at that. I've got some Riot DK in here. This is a cowl pattern that I've been sort of making up and trying to write out. There are still some bits I do need to sort of look at my stitch counts on the top, but this is using 2 colours of King Cole Riot DK and doing 2 rows of each. So I've used shade 240 Rhapsody, and I've alternated it with 3439 Sandstone. Riot DK is a really, really lovely yarn. It's one of our best sellers from King Cole every single week. It's 30% wool, 70% premium acrylic, and you get a massive 294 metres on each 100 gram ball, which for a yarn with some wool in is such a lot. So I have actually only used 1 ball of each so far, but I'm going to do I've used linen stitch. You see it's been pulled in there, I need to look at that. And I'm going to do quite a wide border on every side as well. And it will be a free pattern. My husband, not very good at this, am I? My husband has named this. He told me it needed to be called the Simon Cowl. And it's quite going to be a nice warm winter cowl. And this will be available as a pattern later in the year. So this is my Simon Cowl. And this is going to be Simon Cowl in some other colours as well. So there you go. So I've actually been a lot more productive than I thought. But that's all my projects, and I'll be back soon with another one.